You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Y&R fans, I've got your weekly prediction edition. I think Nick is going to commit Sharon to Fairview after her attack on Daniel. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. And as always, our predictions are based on recent episodes, promos, and official CBS soap opera spoilers. I've got predictions for Victor and Victoria, for Chelsea and Adam, for Sharon and Daniel, for Nick and Sharon, and for Audra and the Abbott. So my very first prediction, Victoria is about to step into the black sheep role that Adam usually occupies because she is defying her daddy Victor on two fronts. So Victoria is about to be rubbing her daddy wrong, just personally and professionally, next week. It started this past week, though, when the mustache told Cole, "Stay away from my daughter." And he walked away from that conversation with Victor and took Victoria to his bed. So that's pretty funny. And spoilers for Monday the 17th have Cole and Victoria waking up after their night of passion. And he tells her he's going to quit his job in England. He is going to move to Genoa City permanently. And Victoria knows her dad disapproves of this and doesn't care. Cole knows he doesn't care. And then on the work front, on Wednesday the 18th, spoilers say Victoria is in a moral quandary. She is not happy that Victor is targeting Billy and his company, Abbott Chancellor, when that's somebody she cares about, and he is her co-parent who fathered two of her four children. So she is wanting to warn Billy, and then the spoilers on Friday the 20th say that Victor snaps at Victoria when she wants to help her ex-husband Billy. And, you know, Victoria is used to being daddy's girl and him, you know, patting her on the head, even when she is awful, even when she sidelined Nikki and fired Nick. When she was CEO of Newman, he was still saying, "Good job, that's my girl." But I do think her leaning towards siding with Billy in this could definitely have her filling Adam's black sheep shoes. Our second prediction, Chelsea and Adam's sadness leads to another hookup. So on Tuesday the 17th, spoilers say Billy is not budging where Chelsea is concerned. It sounds like she might be trying again to get him to forgive her and give her a free pass on boinking Adam. But Billy already told her it's a deal breaker because it's Adam. Like, if it could have been almost anybody else. I think Adam or Victor, both of those would be deal breakers. And Billy very much despises Adam. She knows why. She knows all this. And then on Friday the 20th, Chelsea and Adam are worried they're going to hurt Connor with all the mistakes that they made. Then in the promo for this week, Connor is talking to Adam, saying that he and Sally, you know, had a good thing going, but he thinks what he had with his mom, Chelsea, was something more than that. Very grown-up dialogue that I don't necessarily like, but, you know, it is what it is. Chelsea is eavesdropping while Connor is saying this to Adam. And we have Chelsea getting continually rejected by Billy. Adam is continually rejected by Sally, who is just over him and all his shenanigans. So they are stressed out about that. They're worried about Connor. And I could see basically a replay of what happened in Baltimore, where they're stressed, worried about their kid, have a couple of drinks, and then do it again. I know a lot of people don't want them back together, but we may be heading that way. We'll see. Our third prediction, Sharon kidnaps Daniel Romalotti. So on Monday the 16th, Sharon's upset that her pet hallucination, Cameron, is pushing her to target Daniel. And she tells him what he suggested she do is repulsive. And then he reminds her he's a figment of her imagination, so it's her idea. She's all over the place. She runs to Crimson Light. She's rude to Esther. She goes out on the patio to talk to herself, aka with Cameron, and she's actually yelling at the hallucination, just being wackadoo. And then Daniel shows up and Cameron's telling her, pull it together, don't blow it. So she approaches Daniel on Monday and asks him to come out on the little back patio area to talk to her. And Tuesday the 17th, spoilers say Sharon clears things up with Daniel. And then by Thursday the 19th, Sharon is trying to cover up what she did. Those are the spoilers. So I suspect she's going to do something to Daniel. If she is channeling Cameron, I could see her drugging his coffee, helping, kind of half dragging before the drugs take effect, drag him out to her car and stashing him somewhere. She is very focused on Daniel because Cassie's death is really tormenting her. And then the fact that she's trying to cover up something. And of course, she could be trying to cover up the fact that she's flushing her meds instead of taking them. That's my theory. Or covering up what she's done to Daniel once people realize he is missing. We are heading into the end stage of this by the 24th. That's when she should be completely unhinged because that is her 30th anniversary episode, and it's not going to be one of those clip show one-off things. This one is supposed to move everything forward. So look for that. Our fourth prediction, Nick drags Sharon to Fairview to commit her rather than her being arrested. And already, Phyllis told Nick this past week that he needs to put Sharon into Fairview Psychiatric Hospital for a timeout to get her back on track, get her medication sorted, all of that. Phyllis ranted to Nick about Sharon threatening Daniel and Heather and Lucy and just being unhinged. And of course, Nick's been talking to Mariah and Faith, and they are wondering, is it really as bad as Phyllis says? The girls don't think it's that bad, but they don't know how bad it can get where Nick does, and Phyllis does too. So, Nick had Mariah check her mom's meds. She went upstairs, but they never showed her in the bathroom. They never showed her holding a prescription bottle, but Mariah reported back that her mom has been taking them. Weird that they didn't show that bottle since they showed the ibuprofen bottle, but either way, Sharon's either flushing those pills daily instead of taking them, or her meds are wildly out of whack and they're not working. So on Monday the 16th, spoilers have Nick talking to the girls about Sharon missing a doctor appointment and not taking calls. And then when they show up to the house, she's gone. The house is a mess. And they're really wondering, where is she and what's she doing? And that's at the time she's interacting with Daniel. And then Thursday the 19th is when Sharon is trying to cover up something. And by Friday the 20th, spoilers say Mariah busts Sharon in a lie the same day that Nick is looking for advice on how to help Sharon. And so I wonder if he is talking to a doctor at Fairview and if he is going to have her involuntarily committed before everything is said and done. All right, my fifth and final prediction, Audra may try and jump ship over to Jabo. So like a week and a half ago or so, 2 weeks ago, Kyle told Victor that Audra betrayed him. And then last week, Victor confronted Audra saying he knows that she told Nate that he owns Glissade. And she defended her actions, said she trusts Nate. He's not going to tell anybody, but Victor doesn't like Nate or trust him. And basically said, I don't want to hear it, chucked her out of his office. I don't think he fired her. I just think she's on thin ice. But Audra is very angry at Kyle. And there's a spoiler from last week that I feel like is still in effect ongoing, that Audra wants payback on Kyle. If Victor is about to fire her, which is definitely what Kyle's pushing for, I think Audra could go over to Jack Abbott, go to Diane, and just say, look, give me a job at Jabo, and I will help you take down Glissade. I will tell you everything I know, everything that Victor is doing. She could even make the pitch as, if you hire me at Jabo, Kyle may come back here to try and get rid of me. So you might lure him back. And then, you can move me to another division. They have a Jabo branch in France where Ashley spends time when she's not getting help that she needs. And she can offer them that she can help burn the bridge between Kyle and Victor while also helping protect Jabo. And I think that would be great. I would like to see her betray Kyle and Victor simultaneously. And I think she could make a case for it, even though they're not big fans of hers. All right, those are all our predictions. Thank you for listening. Please drop your comments on these predictions and whether you think the storyline's going somewhere else. I love reading your comments. Definitely subscribe if you are not following us, and come back soon. It's me, Belinda from Soap Dirt, talking Young and the Restless with you 7 days a week.
thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.